Hello, everyone. You are welcome to another edition of God's Plant series. We started the series about 10 weeks ago, and we were able to treat about 10 different plants. So this is part two. Last week we had a session on Moringa, the health benefits of Moringa. Who is Moringa? What can Moringa do for you? How can you make more money from Moringa? So this is the second part of the Moringa series, and it's still under God's plants. I keep emphasizing this, that every plant is from God. God created every plant. There's no plant that you see around that is created by any human being, because nature is from God. God is the author of nature. God is the author of all the plants. Just name the plant. God is the author. And because God is the author, He has a plan. Every plant has benefits. God didn't just create them, He created them for us. He said plant leaves are for healing of nations. Every plant that God created has benefit, has what they do for humanity, as they have what they do for the environment, they have what they do for animals. So as human beings, God expects us to find out the health benefit or the purposes of almost all the plants. So when you talk about research does not end in one day. Even if you're a professor, even if you retire, it doesn't mean that you have stopped researching. Research is supposed to be everyday life. You keep asking questions, you keep discovering things. When you see a plant that you don't know what the plant is doing, take it upon yourself to learn about the plant, learn the benefits, and share. And that's what we do at Urban Agriculture. We learn about plants and we also share information about plants, so that as many people as possible that come across our YouTube can learn and also share with other people. Yes, I believe strongly in being blessed and being a blessing. So this session again, I'm going to continue my research, my discovery on Moringa. I'm going to share different things. I just want to talk. I will share so many things that Moringa has done for me and for my family personally. I remember when we came across Moringa, that was almost 15 years ago. The seeds were so expensive. When I went for training on Moringa, they told us that when you have the seed, there's a way you plant it. If you plant it like this, it will not grow. If you grow like this, I went to another seminar. They said I have to deshell it before I can get something meaningful from it. No, I tried so many things. I wasted money. Honestly, I wasted, but I have no regrets. So I kept buying seeds and I kept failing, but I didn't give up until I got it. And now I don't even think about. I just plant anyhow, and it's growing. So moringa is a miracle plant. Miracle in the sense that the plant can do a lot of things. It has vitamin A, it has vitamin E, it has vitamin C, it has vitamin K. It also have potassium. It has magnesium. It has calcium. So you can see that almost all the basic things, little basic things that your body needs, moringa has it. So moringa is a plant that everybody must have. I think in Nigeria, let me say in Nigeria, almost everybody they have moringa, and the problem we are facing now is they are so used to moringa that they are not even tapping into all the benefits that moringa has to offer. But I'm bringing that benefit back to us so that we don't neglect healing around us. Almost every household in the city, they have moringa tree growing in their compound, and they are not using it. You see, you go to some houses, the moringa tree is so tall, untouched, looking like a flower, and somebody will be in the house, say, I have a headache, I have menstrual cramp, I have arthritis, my vision are not clear enough, not knowing that that tree in their compound can do a lot. Moringa can do a lot. So let me also reemphasize that this plant is a multi vitamins. It has vitamin C. Vitamin C boosts your immunity, and you know that your body does not stop vitamin C, so you have to take something that has vitamin C every day to maintain to maintain the vitamin C in your system. So taking moringa every day, it's not a big deal. Once you have it, you just strip some leaves, turn it to tea, turn it to powder, chew it. I chew moringa raw. I can chew moringa leaves raw. I enjoy it. I've been able to turn moringa into powder too. I've been able to turn it into herbal tea. So moringa can do a lot. So let's start from many stories about moringa. Many stories say that what has moringa done for me. Okay, let me start the way income. I remember there was a time I knew how to plant moringa and succeed in planting moringa. So I bought a lot of seeds and I told myself I'm going to raise 2,000 moringa seedlings. So I bought black soil, I bought nursery bags, I bought all the basic things that I need for my nursery. And right in my compound in Akure at that time, I I employed two school young boys, two young boys in the neighborhood. So I said, okay, for every bag you fill, I'll give you this amount of money. And the boys were coming faithfully and they were able to fill 2,000 bags or 2,000 of the nursery bags, and I planted moringa. I just planted it in faith. I just planted it, and in my heart, I just wanted to sell. Maybe somebody will want to, somebody will want. I just wanted everybody to have moringa. I just wanted, at that time, it wasn't common. I wanted every home to have moringa. I said, okay, let me raise 2,000 and sell one by one, two by two. And we did it. I planted it, and they were doing well, we were watering. Remember that I employed two casual staff, boys. They were in secondary school. At the end of the when by the time they finished filling the nursery bag, I was giving them money every week. One day, the mother of the boys came to my house, and they knocked the gate, and she said, "Please, my children came back with new school bags, two of them. One came back with new bag. One came back. They all came back with two school bags. The another one came with extra school sandals. And I asked them, where did you get money from? He said they went to work somewhere, and the woman paid them, so they went to the market to buy those things. And the mom didn't believe them. She felt maybe they stole the money, and she said, okay, you have to take me to the house of that woman that paid you for filling soil in a nursery bag. Because that can somebody, I thought children play with soil, so you are playing with the soil in the and putting the nursery, and somebody paid you. Said, okay, let's go and see the madam. So they came to my house, and the woman said the same thing. I said, yes, I employed them. And they were, most times when they go to school on their way home, instead of going home directly, they would come to our compound, feel 100, feel 200. I said, mom, you are coming back tomorrow. I think they did that for 1 week. And I told them, yes, I paid them, and this is what they did for me. So I showed the woman the bags, and she was like, she was grateful. She was happy because she's a single mother. She was the only one taking care of the boys, and now she didn't have to think about school bags. She didn't have to think about sandals, and she even said, "Mama, anytime you want to feel bad, just let us know." And just raising moringa has added value to the lives of those boys. So back to my moringa. So I planted and I started advertising. I didn't expect somebody to come and pack the two. I thought it would take me like 1 year to sell everything. So one fateful day, I was in a cyber cafe and got a call outside the country, and the person said, I want to start a moringa plantation and I need 2,000 moringa seedlings. That was too direct. I was like, is this a scam? Can this person be a scammer or something? I said, please come again. He said, I want to start a plantation in Badon, and I need 2,000 moringa seedlings. I said, how much are your seedlings? I said, my seedlings are 300 naira. And he was like, okay, can I give you 60%? You deliver, then I'll balance you. That was why we sold 2,000 moringa, just like that. Cool money. So that one really encouraged me. It really encouraged me. And I was like, oh, so if I do 10,000, I can get somebody to buy. Oh, of course, I didn't do 10,000. But that really encouraged me that, okay, it means that if I grow more of it, I can also sell. So I didn't stop. But I didn't stop. So I continued growing moringa. And we were able to supply the person. And we're growing. And the second phase didn't sell. I didn't sell it, and they were growing so tall in my compound, and I was like, what do I do with this? Until I started my tea business. I run a tea business, and I have moringa tea. So I decided to plant out almost all the moringa in the nursery bag. The nursery bag looks like this. After selling the first batch of the moringa seedlings, I was so excited and I was encouraged to grow more. So I grew more and I didn't get market. They were growing so big. They actually grew bigger than the nursery bag. So I started thinking, apart from planting out moringa seedlings, what else can I do with moringa? I started my research, I started asking questions, I started thinking. I'm a faith person, so I also started praying that God should open my eyes to see other things that I can do with moringa. And I realized that I can actually add value to moringa. And when I discovered that I can add value to moringa, I became excited again. So I decided to plant almost all the moringas in my nursery, on my land. We planted a lot, and I began to harvest the leaves, dry the leaves, and package, and I was selling moringa powder. I started with moringa powder. I left some that we were not cutting the leaves, and those ones were giving us seeds. So we were able to, we were harvesting a lot of seeds from the tree, and we're also packaging the seeds for sale. We are selling anytime I have a training program or speaking engagements. I will take the seeds to the venue. I'll talk about the seeds, and I will sell. And I also process the leaves into powder, and I will bottle it. I put it in a small container with my label on it, and we're also selling powder. So instead of leaving all my plants to just grow wild in the nursery, I decided to add value to them. So it became another business for me. I was selling the seedlings, I was selling seeds, and I was also selling the leaves. Later, now everybody started doing powder. Powder became so common that sales dropped again. You know Nigeria mentality that when everybody find out something is going, everybody will rush there, and before you know it, the whole market is saturated. So the powder market became saturated, and I started thinking again. Apart from powder, what else can I do? And I discovered that I can actually package them into filter tea bags to do moringa herbal tea. So I moved from nursery, selling moringa nursery, to selling the fresh leaves, from selling fresh leaves to dry leaves. From dry leaves, I started packaging my moringa tea. In 2015, I started the moringa tea. So we packaged the moringa tea, and we did a beautiful package. We got our number from NAFDAC, and we started selling. So you can see that I've added three different value to moringa. So it shows that moringa is a plant that can give you streams of income, and that's why I'm bringing it back. Some of you're looking for money, and that tree, you have trees, not even one. So I've been to the compound, and I know in that compound they have about 10 of moringa trees, and I asked the landlord of there, I said, what are you doing? He said, I don't know, I just planted it, Jerry. I'm even tired. One day I will cut everything down, because you cannot see the money there. You can have streams of income from moringa. You can sell moringa seedlings, you can sell moringa seed, you can sell moringa fresh leaves. Yes, we even now we buy fresh leaves because we use it for our tea. You can dry them and turn into powder and sell moringa powder or moringa dry leaves. Then you can also package as tea. Then the seed, you can also sell moringa seed. Some people are looking for moringa seed everywhere, some people are looking for it. You can also turn this seed to oil. Like I said in my first part one of this teaching, I told you about a senior friend that is producing moringa oil in Ondo State, Nigeria. He will buy a lot of seeds and process it and extract moringa oil from it. So you can see from that one simple tree, there are about 7 streams of income from it. I remember that I met a guy in Jos that was selling moringa flowers. You know, moringa has flowers. The man was able to package that, turn it to moringa. He packaged the flowers alone and was selling flowers. And another person that I met, he turned the flower into milk. So it also, every part of moringa is money. You can sell the bark, you can sell the root. So don't neglect that tree in your compound. It can actually become your ATM, can give you steady income. Moringa is giving us steady income by the grace of God, because we're making money from different things from moringa. In the garden, we've been able to plant a lot of seedlings, and people come and pick One, two, three, and we are selling. And we are also going to start our massive campaign on Moringa again, because I know that Moringa has a lot of benefits for your sight. Moringa has vitamin A, so it's good for your vision. You know, a lot of us we work on the laptop, all of us we are always glued to our phone. It's good that we take Moringa powder every day. If you're taking the powder, you can take the powder or the tea, because it has vitamin A. Like I said, you might not be able to have money to buy all the fruit that has vitamin A, but Moringa is one of the cheapest multivitamins that you can find around. So I hope I'm be able to convince you that you start using that Moringa in your compound that you have neglected. If you don't have Moringa in your compound, better quickly call the number on the screen and pick up 2, 3, 4 Moringa seedlings in your garden and plant yours. And I also want to encourage people that are into developmental work. You're a social worker, you have an NGO, you're a pastor, you have a church, and you want to empower the community that you are, please, 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 you can empower them with Moringa. Just encourage each household to plant 2 or 3 Moringas, teach them how to add value to them, even if they are not selling. Moringa tree will boost the health status of everyone in Nigeria. If your health status is fine, it means that you are not spending money on medicine, you are not spending money on medication. You know, drugs are very expensive now. It's so expensive that it's even more expensive than food. Yes, if you need to buy malaria tablet, it's almost about 6,000. But if you have Moringa in your compound, you are using it to boost your health status, so you are not falling sick. That means your hospital bill will reduce. So Moringa, it's a plan that everybody must have. Honestly, it's a plan. I know maybe 10 years ago there have been that revolution, Moringa, but right now nobody is using Moringa. Please, please go back to Moringa. Moringa has vitamin C. Vitamin C boosts your immunity. When your immunity is fine, you will be fine. So please use it as your vitamin C. Moringa has calcium. For older people, if you are above 40, most of us are prone to arthritis. Moringa has calcium that will help you to overcome arthritis. So for people with arthritis, please don't just go and use Moringa. Make sure you have it and take it regularly. Moringa is antioxidant. It has antioxidant. It fights radicals in your system. For nursing mothers, if you have problem with breastfeeding, maybe your breast is not flowing well, or you think the nutrients in the breast is not enough, just drink Moringa tea. The breast milk will come out very thick and nutritious, and you will pass the nutrients to the baby, and your baby will become healthier. Please, let's go back to Moringa. Moringa is for Africa.